It took unions in this country 20 years to realise that they needed a potent political structure and vehicle to realise what they weren't getting against the gross exploitation colonialism then, where we were a trading nation that was dominated by international foreign interests and had a workforce that was completely exploited and far beyond the reach of Australian laws and regulations. So they formed unions.
Methods of employment were degrading and inhuman, and those who protested didn't get a job. And you can fight like dogs for what's left.
That's why we're so well regarded around the world, because of our capacity to frame our actions around our words and our values.
When Healy took over the helm in 1937, he brought unity and stability, and we went from strength to strength.
There were in excess of 40 ships that were sunk, and a lot of them had Australian seamen on them. 1/8 of the Australian seamen at that period of time lost their lives along the Australian coast.
Representing the combined Australian trade unions, speak to the men.
As Federal Secretary of the Seamen's Union, on behalf of the Trade Union Movement of Australia, I present to you this flag. And may Australia and Indonesia be united forever! Indonesia Merdeka! Indonesia Merdeka!
Members of the branch formed themselves into a group, learned how to screen films, and showed the films made by their own union to more than 8,000 people during the strike. Australian Air was the few companies alone. Disclosed profits of more than £53 million, but wages and margins stay frozen.
They were just so overjoyed that they were getting support this time from the trade union movement.
They didn't say to government, we're refusing to work your ship. What they said to government is, we are not taking arms to Vietnam to kill women and kids.
But the same amount of cargo could be loaded and discharged from a cellular container vessel in perhaps less than 1 day, employing no more than a dozen men.
The union continued to improve things for its members, including a credit union for all waterfront workers and permanent employment, not casual as it had been. The long battle for industry pensions was finally won, and we got the 35-hour week in 1972.
The Maritime Unions Against Apartheid really was a manifestation to put real muscle and real teeth around those UN embargoes.
Destined to happen, to bring the two unions together, was a wonderful thing that happened in 1993.
The Federal Transport Minister blamed for triggering a strike that silenced the waterfront. This is the only way to stop Mr Brereton destroying the ANL. Patrick Stevedore has sacked its entire union workforce.
They'll triggered a violent assault on the gates by the sacked workers.
There hasn't been any conspiracy. None at all.
No. The Maritime Union boss, John Coombs, it was a moment to savour.
Today we've had the first set of victory. I can tell you there's no turning back now. We will defeat the blood.
We know when we're being sold a dud. And that's what the work choice legislation is. I think it's going to drag this country back into the industrial stone age.
I'm proud to have been elected the president here in Mexico City. The great challenges, the great labour histories.
What goal have they got to come into this country, take all your resources, take all your jobs, and at the same time sue you?
Why is under attack? What do we do?
Stand up, fight back! We're gonna win! Yeah. Well, guess what? We won!
1 a.m. this morning, the Australian crew were forcibly removed from the vessel by security guards.
Take me head off to those 125 members and standing up and fighting back.
Today we have an important announcement as well about a strategic fleet for Australia. By having the Australian flag on the back of Australian ships with Australian seafarers doing the work.
MUA! Here to stay! MUA! Here to stay! MUA! Here to stay! MUA! Here to stay!